From 2018 to 2022, WWF in Uganda implemented the project entitled Leading the Change, Civil Society, Rights and Environment in Uganda, with funding from the Swedish International Development Agency SIDA through WWF Sweden. This was implemented with partnership with a range of civil society organizations, district local governments in the two landscapes, government agencies and departments, Uganda Wildlife Authority, National Forests Authority, and relevant government ministries. The project's goal was to ensure that the people and communities in the project implementation areas are effectively exercising their rights, controlling decisions, and equitably receiving benefits from the natural resources and contributing to the sustainable management of key ecosystems and habitats. The project benefited community groups adjacent high-value conservation areas, including Bwindi Impenetrable National Park, Queen Elizabeth National Park, Rwenzori Mountains National Park, Semuleki River Catchment, Kalinzu, and Bugoma Central Forest Reserves. Over the years, the project has registered a number of successes and achievements that include strengthened capacity of partner CSOs and coalitions, effective engagement of civil society in policy dialogue regarding the management of natural resources, community engagements with policy and decision makers regarding improved rights to natural resources, as well as equitable distribution of benefits from sustainable management amongst community members.
Before 2010, we were very poor because most of our life was entirely depending on the park. When it was gazetted as the Bwindi National Park, whoever would decide to go there would be arrested or fined. We had to look for how can we survive. We decided to fully form the group called the Reformed Cultures. The group had 56 members, currently we are 40, and the rest were taken in the park as porters.
They used to fear interacting with the Uganda Wildlife Authority staff. But once they denounced and became free, they are now freely interacting with the management of Uganda Wildlife Authority. Now there is harmony between the communities and the management or the staff of Uganda Wildlife Authority. We can now penetrate them, talk to them, but they can also come freely and talk to the management of Uganda Wildlife Authority on what they want or on what needs to be done. So they have become part and parcel of the management team.
All the CSO hubs expanded the number of CBOs by 45.2% from 17 in 2018 to 31 by 2023.
Kison has grown in terms of reach. At the time SIDA started supporting Kison or Kitara Civil Society Organizations Network, the organization was having only one district. From around 2018, 2019, Kison grew in terms of geographical reach. And to date, we're actually in 11 districts of Bunyoro and some parts of Toro sub-region.
Around Kalinzu and Queen Elizabeth landscape, the project engaged in Dangara and Nyachianja parishes Tutunguche Group, Katara Women's Poverty Alleviation Group, Nyarugote Integrated CFM Group, Chiyanga Natural Resources Conservation Association, and Swazi Netobasa CFM Group. Here, the project supported civil society organizations in Kalinzu landscapes by adding value and scaling up coffee and honey enterprises to improve community livelihoods. Provided seed capital and revolving fund to cooperatives, including assets like improved breed cows, rainwater harvesting tanks, and beehives. This empowered beneficiaries economically and facilitated access to low-interest loans for communities.
Tahindu gambra, nyine mti yanje,
kenkumina ekibira ekinyina okwo ekibira ekyo kyanyamba kyampereza sente nyine n'ekindi kibira ekya kartusi nakyo kikuri omu miti nka 10 kinkusarura emiti yange ya kartusi mbwene sente nzongera omu kuhinga kuno side ya kuno nimpinga omwani y'omuhingi w'omwani y'omuhingi w'ebitookye kandi ebyo bikunyamba mukufuna sente ezo.
Twiniraka nga group NFA katagamba nayo kane tugireba nga abantu babi na uwa yenini kane tugirebera kimwe ng'ekihagaro konko bwa hati NFA nitugamba nayo twabwa omuti gwona kane twenanga okubyala nitugihandikira tugimanyisa naye tayiramu aho netugira ngu twine emiti ninga tukozire titugina neisho tusomesa emiti gye tushemeye kubyala ngati ebyo netusomesa obuwire rugire kutusomesa atatuge omukubyala munonga kartusi tubyale munonga emiti yaki yo indigenous trees.
By 2022, NNTG had restored a total of 348 hectares, with 180 hectares supported by CEDA. The 180 hectares restored were recruited for Carbon Fund in Trees for Global Benefit by EcoTrust and the International Small Group and the Tree Planting Program, where 232 households have benefited with 403,960,000 Ugandan shillings.
Tukalinda tuta ekibira ekyanakyo kyokubanza tukabanza twateekaho obukiiko obwokukora patrols omu kibira omwo kugira ngu kitasiisikara. Ekyakabiri twagaruka twikizana twabyara emiti ei twine obwingi bwayo neyingana hectares 615 emyaka nk'esatu enyuma tukaba twine ekicweka eki kiwareeba eki kitwatemire eki ekyokurya ekigarukire tukabyara busa ariko aho nokireeba tukaguza enku twaguza ab'amajani tukaguza enku za miliyoni 225 tukaziguza abigara tea factory bazisara bagira ki bazitwara buli memba aho yagira ki ya benefitingaho.
Katala Women Group entered into an MOU with Uganda Wildlife Authority that enabled them put 250 beehives covering 270 meters of the park boundary. From the farm production, the group earns an average of 21,500,000 Ugandan shillings. 50% of the total income is reinvested in savings and credit schemes, 20% to apiary maintenance and management, and 25% to capacity building. Around Bwindi Impenetrable National Park, the project engaged Uplift the Rural Poor, Bohoma Mukono Community Development Association, Nkungo Indigenous Private Forest Owners Association, Nteko Reformed Poachers Association, and Rushanga Community Tourism Association. Here, the project supported the construction of 152 rainwater harvesting tanks of 10,000 liters capacity in water-stressed areas to leverage productive time for women. These tanks serve 850 households and are supporting above 1,280 beneficiaries.
Echamizi kokunu amizi turavoma hale okuja hamugera turagenda mailo ishatu kugira ngo twike hamugera omukazi kakugenda wenka baramuhamba already twatujagayo wabo yinenda torenda kubona mizi mgeni twabakazi turabona munonga abana bakagwarenze tuhabwo kubura amizi nko kubona za tanka kuzayijire butiya buri muntu oyine amizi Riya leta tucajaga kuvoma okwehara aho barabire baratuhambira abana tababa cajaga hishomero habwo kuba tayoja kuvoma ifokwe kijina ngarugayo aje hishomero abana bitutababegaga.
Women were also engaged in making and selling craft materials for income. The project also engaged reformed poachers groups in other livelihood improvement activities that would support self-sustainability of the reformed individuals and households. These were engaged in vegetable growing and animal grazing. The project strengthened CSO capacity to engage in evidence-based advocacy, which led to documentation exposure of illegal practices in Bugoma Central Forest Reserve. The process of monitoring and tracking of all illegal practices in the reserve were supported by beneficiary community groups, adjacent communities, and local leaders.
We came up with a number of documents in place, beginning with the strategic plan. WWF helped us and we were able to develop a strategic plan, right from the processes and the support of LTC1 and CEDA.
The project believes that good governance of natural resources can be best attained through building capacity of civil society organizations to effectively engage in policy dialogue, advocate to government and private sector on improved natural resource governance, ensure that rights of communities to access natural resources are respected and benefits are equitably shared.